Hi everyone, this is Jeff Johnson, creator of You Doodle. This quick tutorial will show you how to get started using the app to edit and draw on photos. First thing you want to do is tap the File button in the top right. Now if your user interface looks a little bit different, you need to update your app because this user interface is quite new in You Doodle 7.5, so update your app if yours looks different. Once you've done that, tap File on the top right and then tap Import. I'm going to pick Draw on top of a photo first so that I can draw on a photo and erase without modifying the photo. This will put the photo on the background. I'll go ahead and go to the Backgrounds pack and pick this horse. Typically you'll use the brush tool here at the bottom to draw on a photo and mark it up with quick words and arrows and whatnot. What I've done is I've set up my brush with the color red. The size is pretty small. I've added a little bit of glow. In fact, I'll probably increase that. The glow color is white. So I'll show you what this looks like. So I've written the word horse. You can see that my letters have a little bit of white outline and glow. And there you go. That's how you draw on a photo. Now the nice thing about putting the photo on the background here, let's make this, okay good, it's a wide eraser. I can erase what I did and not mess up the photo on the background, so that's really nice. Now there's a couple of options on the brush tool here. Smooth edge, you may want to turn that on because you can see my writing looked a little bit jagged. That looks a little better, a little bit smoother now. But depending on the look that you want, you can turn smooth edge on or off. And then of course there's line mode, which allows you to draw and connect even if you lift your finger up, which can be handy for tracing things. Okay, so that's how you draw on a photo. When you're done and you're ready to save, tap File button and there's a ton of options. You can save and share or save as and share as, which will let you pick JPEG, PNG, or PDF. So use those if you need to export a specific image format. Otherwise, save and share will work great. Let me just quickly show you the difference. Save provides this dialog, which is a little bit different and contains some more advanced options. For example, if I was sharing to Instagram, it provides a built-in crop view that does an automatic background. If you do share, then you get the built-in iOS share dialog, which can be useful, but may be a little bit more limited than that save dialog that I custom made. Okay, so now we've drawn on a photo. Let's quickly show you how to edit a photo. So we'll start this process all over again. We'll do import, edit a photo. Before I do that, let me show you the layers so this makes sense. Tapping layers and layers, you can see that the horse is on the background. That's why I was able to draw on the foreground. See, there's my drawing on the foreground, horse on the background. Great setup. So now let's switch it to edit a photo. We're just picking the same horse again. It's going a little fast, so if you get lost, you can scroll through the video and go back. Okay, now the horse should be on the foreground, so if I draw on the horse and look at my layers, now my drawing is actually on top of the horse, which means I can't really erase, otherwise the horse goes away and it shows transparency underneath, which is probably not what you want when you're editing a photo. Okay, so I'm going to show you why you might want to edit a photo. One example would be if you want to use the flood fill tool. You can fill in the sky, for example, and if you drag your finger, you get this advanced fill dialog, which is pretty nifty. So very quickly you can fill in, say, the sky of a drawing. Pretty neat. Another thing you can do is to smudge. You can see the horse is getting a little smudged up there, which is great for kind of a watercolor or paintbrush effect. You can blur. Let's make the blur really big so you can see what's going on. If you didn't want anyone to recognize your horse, you could just blur him out or her out. And another great tool is the Recolor Tool, which lets you change the color but keep the texture. So if I wanted my horse to be red, I now have a red horse. Pretty cool. Recolor Tool is very great for changing the colors but keeping the same texture. It's kind of a I guess you would call it a tinting recolor tool. Clone stamps also very nice. Let's open that up really fast. This lets you clone areas. For example, I want to copy this horse's eye and put it right in the middle so that it's a cyclops. Now I have a three-eyed horse, which is very creepy, so I'm going to undo that. But you get the idea of what you can do when you edit the photo and get it on the foreground, because these draw tools only work on the foreground. Alright, so that's pretty much a basic tutorial of getting your photo on the foreground or background and what that means and what you can do. You can watch my other tutorials where I do a deep dive on every single draw tool. But for this tutorial, that's pretty much it for just getting started and knowing the basics. So please email support@youdoodle.net if you have any questions, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Share your You Doodles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and have a wonderful day.